but I'm still the unheard, still the unheard of. I'm still waiting for you. Wide awake in an alien world where I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for you. Wide awake, but I'm still the unheard of. I'm still the unheard of.
For you now, you got 2 minutes of my time, and I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking your sweat. You're falling into me, touch me, I swear. You would do anything that I want to keep us awake till the dawn. Ooh, baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me. I wanna make you sweat on me. I got you wrapped around my finger, but don't you try to call me tomorrow.
All right, everybody. We are just waiting on John to arrive. Hope everyone saw the update that we just pushed on Android and iPhone. So please note that whenever we push updates on Android and iPhone, sometimes it takes time to propagate to the different stores in the different countries. So some people are saying German store hasn't updated yet. It takes a little bit of time. Oh, there he is.
All right, let's kick this thing off. Safemoon Army, welcome to another Safemoon Sunday, the last one for 2021. Super excited to be here. I'm joined by Ryan, our global head of product, and I'm John. I'm the CEO of Safemoon. Ryan, give a quick introduction on yourself and let's kick this thing off.
Yep. So as you guys may know, I'm Ryan, global head of products at Safemoon, and we just launched our V2 on both Android and iPhone. So as I mentioned before, if it's not live in your store yet, don't worry. Propagation time will eventually hit your store.
To kick it off, we're putting out a lot of educational content around the V2 upgrade, making sure everyone's brought up to speed on what V2 is, what's going on, and how to migrate. To be brutally honest, the easiest way to migrate to V2 and upgrade to V2 is through the Safemoon wallet. Also, I want to put a thing out there saying be aware of scams. In a lot of our Twitter comments and as well as other places across our social media, someone will ask a genuine question and they'll be like, "Hey, I need help with migrating to Safemoon wallet," and then you'll have a bot or a scammer pretend to be us or pretend to be Trust Wallet, and then they ask your 12-word passphrase, and then you lose your cryptocurrency that you have in that wallet. Don't ever give out your 12-word passphrase. If somebody asks for it online, don't give it out. So just be informed and be aware of scams. We'll be putting out more information regarding that.
And to piggyback on that, John, also getting the contract address. The only official V2 contract address is posted on our website. So if you see anybody saying that this is V2, buy new V2 with a different contract address, always check it. The official V2 contract address is posted on our website on the homepage.
Awesome. So, okay, the road to V2. Ryan, do you want to kind of give a quick recap on, what we worked on with it and to get it to this point?
Yeah, absolutely. So with the new update, everyone will be able to import their private key. This is necessary because a lot of people had wallets holding Safemoon from different wallets, different decentralized wallets. Now you're able to import your private key, pull up your holdings in your Safemoon wallet, and then you can swap from V1 to V2 that way. So we wanted to make sure that we overarched all of the different devices and all of the different situations out there and scenarios that people may have when trying to swap to V2. We also have the web swap. So now that has propagated. Of course, when you push software out, it takes about an hour to 2 hours to propagate, just so everybody knows. So that's live. You can go to our web swap, and now you can also press the consolidate button and swap your V2. In there, we have Wallet Connect that allows you to connect your different dApps. So with that, you'd be able to connect your Trust Wallet, you'd be able to connect your Binance Smart Chain wallet, your Math wallet, or use the Wallet Connect dApp, and you'd be able to swap your V2 that way. So I think, John, we did a pretty good job at making sure that we've really touched on all of the different devices and different scenarios that people have for being able to swap their V2.
Definitely, between the web swap and the wallet, I mean, those are the places to get to upgrade to V2. So yeah, it was a lot of stuff, a lot of planning went into it. We planned for all the contingencies that could happen. What if X happened? What if Y happened? We did a lot of planning around the back end and making sure that was robust enough and robust to handle the level of volume that would be coming in terms of users. And we created contingency plans around any unknown unknowns that you can't really plan for. So we created strategies around that to make sure we could respond properly. A lot of thought, a lot of things went into the V2. It's not as simple as just building a contract and deploying it. You know, there's you have to plan for the little things and make sure you're aware of the little things as well. So let's kind of dive into a V2 Q&A, Brian.
Yeah, sounds great. Let's do it.
Awesome. Host, can you go ahead and bring some people up onto stage? We can hear you.
Hey, Safemoon Millionaire here. Awesome to be the first speaker. Thank you very much. First of all, congratulations on a successful migration to V2. I've been getting a lot of feedback. I've been on spaces with Gandalf. It's working out really good. And we're proud of you. So I have been asked multiple times this question. I just want to make sure you guys are aware. Some people that are on Trust Wallet or these other wallets are going to the Safemoon swap on the website. And when they are swapping over, they are getting a loss of their tokens of a certain percentage. Now, what I've been telling them is to take screenshots of this and to make sure they contact you. And I'm fully certain that the team will take care of anybody. It's all trend. You know, you can track everything through the blockchain. So what do you have to say to those people when they have that concern as of right now? And what type of steps do they need to take to contact you guys in their individual situation? And then I'll ask my second question.
Yeah, really glad you brought that up, actually. So the people that have this issue were the people that were able to swap before everything propagated to the server and the migration contracts propagated. So there's going to be a small amount of people that did have the 10% taken out that shouldn't have. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting out a form, most likely a Google form, and we're going to be obtaining their wallet address and their transaction hash. All they have to do is make sure that they save their wallet address and their transaction hash. And then what we'll do is our dev team will go in the back end, verify it.
Can you guys still hear him?
Okay, yeah, no, I think you cut out. So good old Twitter Spaces, round 2. So yeah, we have a plan. We'll be putting out a form for the small amount of users that were affected by that. And then we'll work with them on an individual basis. But I also want to stress this point. If we haven't put it out officially yet through our official communications channels, website, Twitter, Discord, Reddit, it's a scam. Do not use it. So I will never ask for your 12-word passphrase as well.
Awesome. I appreciate that. My second question, which should be real quick, is now that V2 is out, when V3?
Oh my God.
I had to, man. It's got to be such a stressful day for you guys. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a laugh, but at the end of the day, man, Gandalf and Katz and all those people, they do a really great job. We really appreciate what they do. We appreciate what you do. And we are all a big family here. So thank you, John, and everybody, and the Safemoon Hound. You guys are awesome. And
thank you.
When hire Gandalf.
All right. Next question. Jeremy?
I just want to say thank you. Let's pump this thing up. Shout out to Safemoon.
Well, I appreciate the enthusiasm. I did have to mute you on that.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that, John.
No worries.
I
appreciate the enthusiasm, though.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Thank you for I feel like you guys dropped this for my birthday, man. This thing is freaking awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Man, I just want to say thank you for everybody and for people that showed up at the water cooler. Man, I'm freaking ecstatic about this. My question, real quick, So I noticed like Bitmark, when will Bitmark actually make the switch? I don't know if you guys have anything to do with that, but I wanted to know when will Bitmark, because I wanted to, I bought some Safemoon there and I wanted to, just kind of test what will it be like on Bitmark, the experience on Bitmark, and what will it actually will be on like in the wallet itself. So yeah.
So to make things very clear, the group that was hacked was Bitmark, not Safemoon. their wallet was attacked, and 29 trillion Safemoon tokens that were in their hot wallet's custody were then removed from the centralized exchange. So I've been working with them and helping them, and working through the process with them to assist them. I'm going to stress that, to rectify the situation. So we're almost to a solution, and then when our solution's finalized, we'll then put that information out. Part of that will look like they will have to they will be migrating to V2. That was before the hack. That was already in the process, but we'll work through it with them.
All right, perfect. My last question is, once we get the exchange, the blockchain, and everything else that comes along with it, right? Say if it's in time for the Super Bowl, do you think we're going to get a Super Bowl commercial for Safemoon?
I don't know. So I prefer to go for higher bang for buck marketing items. This is something that I've seen happen over and over again. It's kind of sad. Is you have these projects, these tokens, dumping a lot of money into high cost, low payoff marketing stuff. And then they run out of funding, or they run out of time or effort and energy, and then there's nowhere else for them to go. So we definitely focus on responsible marketing spending and making sure our marketing dollars go the furthest they can. Because while a Super Bowl ad might be effective, it might be more effective in other cases, such as a YouTube ad during the Super Bowl. There's things that we look at with our marketing team and our comms team regarding that before we put anything out. So to make a long answer short, I don't know if we're going to do anything with the Super Bowl.
Well, the reason why I asked is because I remember when GoDaddy, when they had their whole thing and they got started, it blew up. And also, if you have a QR code where people can actually scan the screen or whatever, it might, I think we might get a lot bang for our buck or whatever. So, it was just a thought. I really appreciate you guys inviting me up here. I never thought I would make it. It's a pleasure. To everyone, wish Farhan was up here too as well. I'm not sure what happened to him, but please, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's to everyone, and this is only the beginning. Let's go.
Appreciate it. All right, Fabo.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
How you doing, John?
I'm good. Are you the one that created Santa John?
No, it was not me. I had found it and I posted it, so I'm not going to take the credit, but I say the Safemoon Army. So, so before we go forward, the Safemoon Army, can we give John the best CEO? Hundreds, please. The best CEO ever. All right. Hello.
I can hear you.
All right, sorry. That was my Wi-Fi. So before, so one of the questions that I was getting a lot of is when they're doing it on the Safemoon wallet, the swap, it would be the connecting is taking a long time, and they get nervous and they either close the app or they're there for long periods of time. What would you say to them, of them thinking like they lost their tokens, or they lost a good amount to the Safemoon Army?
If you submit a transaction or you go through, it's probably best to wait for it to load. This is actually across all wallets. If it's taken a while to load, exiting out of something while it's in the process of processing is probably not the best solution. So it's more of a limitation on the blockchain side of things. Hence why Safemoon is building its own blockchain. But yeah, it's just be smart, be responsible, and make sure you understand the blockchain you're using. So if it's Ethereum, it's going to take a while for transactions to go through. And Ethereum is going to have higher gas fees. When it's a Binance Smart Chain, it's lower gas fees, and transaction times are usually a lot faster. But sometimes it can be held up. We saw that back in earlier this year, where transactions were taking 12 hours due to a mutation or a bottleneck on the Binance Smart Chain. So it's just make sure you're educated on whatever blockchain you're using and the characteristics of that blockchain. And then you'll be able to make an informed decision of whether or not the transaction didn't go through, there was an actual glitch on your phone, or whether it's just the blockchain, processing through the blocks.
Okay. I appreciate it, for answering my question. That's about it. And also, John, if you ever need help parking, man, I got you. You know what I mean? That's what we're here for. We'll help you out, man.
I know nothing of those things.
We got you, man. We're the army. Again, John, I appreciate it. Happy holidays. And, thank you so much.
Thank you, Fabo. All right, Phantom. Okay, well then, let me...
Hey,
Oh, there
I
we
just
go.
wanted to ask, I transferred over only around 3 billion, and there's obviously some real small change left in V1. Obviously across 3 million holders, what happens with that small amount left over?
Well, that's called dust, and you're going to always get dust in any wallet that you use. And that's regardless of whatever token. There's BNB dust, there's Safemoon dust, and then there's dust attacks. When I look at my wallet, I see a lot of smaller items in there. But it's probably just going to be left there. But again, we're going to be supporting V2 moving forward, and there will be so V2 is what we're mainly supporting moving forward. We'll continue to support V1 to an extent, more in a maintenance capacity to allow people to upgrade to V2. But after a certain amount of time, we are going to stop supporting V1.
Awesome. All right, then that was my question. Thanks very much, guys. Good job.
Thank you. Safemoon OG. All right. Well, then, we're just waiting for Ryan to come up. So we'll continue to take V2 questions. And then Ryan can go into his next little segment. So, Gandalf, how are you doing today?
Hey, John, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Thanks for doing what you do, man. Just putting out V2 on this day, because as you may have seen it on Spaces, it got pretty crowded before when it just launched when I was in my own space. So that was kind of cool thing. I still have 2K messages on Twitter. However, I have a different question. First of all, thanks to V2 and that it just runs smoothly besides the web thing. And as Ryan said, we would just deal with that. So there's no worry on that. Other than that, my question is, which a lot of people have, and I want to just do it easy for them. We know that you've stated that 2 exchanges will be coming. Do you know an estimation, not our own exchange, but the 2 exchanges, on an estimation when you can think of that they might come? I mean, regulation and contracts and all the things take time, but before people start from tomorrow, right after when V2 going to when exchange, I want to just have that briefly. So after the Safemoon Sunday Mooncast, I could just give the people the information that they have to be patient and wait up for this.
Yeah, one of them decided they wanted to wait till V2 launch. So V2 is now launched. Now we'll work through the process with them again to make sure that it's good to go. But probably not before the end of this year. With the holiday season rolling around, a lot of people take time off, and the key stakeholders in this conversation will be taking that off. So from our end, we're ready to go. From their end, there's going to be a little bit of a delay. So probably not before January 1st.
Absolutely. Thanks for that. And while Ryan is here, Ryan, can you hear me?
I can. Yeah, I was kicked off here, and I'm back, guys.
The Twitter Spaces, right? Nice spaces. I got a question for you, man. First of all, thanks for doing what you do, and actually brilliant, the multi-wallet feature. This is my personal favorite feature, man. That is absolutely awesome. My question is, because people just go with that question right now, we have the 12-word, the 24-word, and the actual private keys and phrases to be imported there, right? What's with the 15 words and the diverse words I had back in the day on the PC? You know that we just talked about that like several weeks ago on a Mooncast about the potential 15 words and 18 word seed phrases from MetaMask back in the day.
You know, so 12 and 24 are the most popular.
Yes.
So that's what we started with. I mean, the way that, I mean, it's possible to do this. The only thing is, whenever we think about when we're adding features, is it worth our time and resources to add certain, features that may not really impact a lot of our users? So 12 and 24 were definitely things that were, asked for. But we didn't go through this 15 and 18 just because there just wasn't a large amount of people that were really needing this or thinking that it was a really important feature for them. So that's the reason that we haven't gone through it.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. We could do it easily with what we have, but the resources and all of that. Right now we're already working on brand new features that you guys are going to really love. So, we just have to mitigate that time.
Absolutely. No, thanks for that, because as I said to John, these two questions will come after when V2. They will just go when next feature, right? And I want to just like to solve that problem to Spaces. So thank you both for all the clear answers, and keep up what you're doing right now, buddies.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Randolph.
Take care.
All right, Randolph.
How are you doing, John?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I just got a couple of points and then a question at the end. Obviously, V2's dropped now. People doubted it. The FUD was there again, as you know. Now it's gone for a few months. I just like to thank some of the community, like as you just had Gandalf on there, who's a moderator, Cats, Momo, Pulse, a lot of the Safemoon leaders like Chris, Jeremiah, Viking, and so on. Ladies' Night. They keep the positivity going, in the background. I just had a space just before this with 1,000 people on it, and 990 odd of them were Father Christmas John Coronis, which was great, and it keeps it going, because we didn't know V2 was going to drop in Gandalf's space, which is fantastic. The question I have is it's slightly off topic. I know you said about Operation Phoenix and it's going to have its own day. But you did say a couple of times in Discord that you were going to touch on it or something else on the final AMA of the year. So are you going to touch on it tonight, or is it simply going to have its own day?
Well, way to ruin the surprise. Well, the answer is yes and yes. It's going to have its own day where I'll go into more, relative detail. But I will touch on it. But that'll be at the very, very end of this Safemoon Sunday.
Awesome. And just again, congratulations to yourself and Ryan. There's been a lot of FUD. There's been a lot of questions, but we've been trying to fight it in the background. There's so many people down here that need to have, their name mentioned, because there's nearly 9,000 people in here. I can see Safemoon Joe below and Adam Bergman. There's a lot of these guys. They put their time and effort into these YouTube videos. They get their own recognition in a small way, because you're not going to have 3 million people watching it. But yeah, just wanted to shout out to the guys that keep the community going, because obviously you picked up the award and you know that it's there's a whole community behind this. But yeah, shout out to you and Ryan for pushing the project forward, and look forward to the next steps.
Thank you, Randolph. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and dive into the next section, Ryan, where we talk about the wallet features. So Safemoon wallet updates, the key product updates, and today's push.
Yeah, so a lot of great things in there. So one thing was chart restructuring. We heard you loud and clear. We always heard the community. Why are the charts down? Why are they not pulling through the data? A lot of that was growth. And some of that was the APIs that we depended on. So what we did was we completely restructured the charts. So they're a lot more smarter in how we display them to the users. And then we also brought TradingView in. So people said they want the candlestick. They want, a little bit different charting. Well, we gave it to them. So now we have TradingView charts in there, as well as some legacy charts that we have for tokens. In addition to importing your private key, importing your 24 and 12 seed phrase, like we already went over. And then we also have the ability to create multiple wallets and label your wallets. So that was a big feature that everybody wanted. We made sure that we implemented that for everybody, and seems like people are loving it already. So we have that, and then we also have a faster swap. So there were some swap issues with the last build. This new build should really fix a lot of swap issues that we had before, and it should make it lightning fast. We had to really build some custom software for that in the back end, but we were able to really just tighten up the swap, make it a lot faster. And now when we start adding more swap partners, the calculation time should be a lot faster for you guys. So really exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's I love the new update. You know, I was playing around with the charts, and I've already moved over my other wallets into the Safemoon wallet. So I was really excited about this update. Glad we got it out. Glad V2's there. You know, now I'm looking forward to hearing when V3.
Yeah.
So what do we have on the proverbial roadmap for features on the wallet?
Yeah. So another thing we have coming down the road that we've already started on, guys, is Wallet Connect. So we are already starting on Wallet Connect, and that way that you can start bringing in dApps into your Safemoon wallet. So we're also adding another feature within the Safemoon wallet that will allow you to cut your connections after 30 minutes of no use. So after 30 minutes, our aim is to make sure that the wallet is extremely safe for everybody. A lot of people, when they use dApps, they'll leave connections open. And leaving a connection open on a dApp lends you to more risk. It lends you to hacks and other things that could happen with your holdings. So we're putting a feature in there that will automatically cut the connection with any dApp that you have if you dial set to on. So we're working through that right now. And there's also some other features that we're working on that are a little bit more surprise features, but we'll let you guys know as we come up in those. But that's the big one, is Wallet Connect for dApps.
Yeah. Now I kind of want to go into, you know, a recap of 2021. You know, it's definitely been a crazy 9 months. You know, I covered a little bit of it on my keynote speech that I gave in Malta. But we've done probably 7 years worth of growth and scaling in 9 months. You know, with everyone that's been brought on the team, the restructuring that took place, the filings that we've been having to do internationally when it comes to some of the regulations and compliance that we need to get done for our exchange launch, as well as a few other products that we have coming out. And we're really excited for those. And those have been we've been working on that. And we've also been working on something that you guys have all been asking about, which is Operation Phoenix. So our people over at Dark Moon, working out of Area 32, is what we call it, have been cooking up some pretty cool stuff. And I've got the notes down because it's definitely some awesome stuff. So I talked about wind turbines. You know, wind turbine technology has kind of hit its limit in terms of what it can do. At the end of the day, it's wind creating kinetic energy, and then we harness that kinetic energy. Well, how do we push it further? And to put it bluntly, nanotechnology. So our team over at Area 32 has been working on applications of hydrophilic and hydrophobic nanoparticles to increase the efficiency of these wind turbines. You know, what's the reason why? Well, this is the first implementation into our macro IoT and our large infrastructure stuff that we're doing. And the data that we receive from the wind turbines would allow us to further the innovations in other industries. So we're really excited about that. And however, I'll cover more into that and more in depth into that later this month. The other thing we're working on is a true Web3 telecommunications network that uses proprietary technology that outperforms what's currently available right now. We're tying that into our Safemoon blockchain. So it's a truly decentralized internet. The hardware aspect of it is pretty much done. Now we're just working on the blockchain application. And it's a mesh network system that has a broader, you know, distance than other mesh network systems. So we have an on switch, you know, here's the box, here's the hardware. but we can't turn it off after it's there. And then, of course, the blockchain, we've been talking about that. We found limitations of the Binance Smart Chain, and we will be building a more smarter chain with our blockchain. So the purpose is to bring the future to now. With all these innovative technologies that we're working on, it's to bring the future to now. It's to change lives, and it's to push the boundaries of where technology is at. And applying blockchain is just one step of it. Applying the other items into a blockchain is where you get true innovation and an amazing macro IoT infrastructure. So this is what we've been working on kind of in the back, and I will cover more of what Operation Phoenix is in its own moment later this month. So sorry to drop that bombshell on you, but you guys asked. I said I would cover a little bit on Safemoon Sunday. So that's what we're working on. Those are some of the key pieces of Operation Phoenix.
Yeah, that's a lot to unpack too.
It is a lot to unpack. The memes are going to be hilarious. The one that was brought up when we were talking about was the nano machines from Metal Gear Solid. So I highly expect that meme to fly out there. We're focused on changing the future, and we definitely have a focus on green energy. But we're really excited about Operation Phoenix, and again, I'll cover that later. But yeah, it's a lot to unpack. So I can't wait for the memes. Ryan, let's kind of go into some of the plans for 2022. I'll start off. So of course, Operation Phoenix is a big piece of 2022. As I covered with the wind energy and the wind turbines, nanotechnology, we're talking about this Web3 telecommunications network that we're working on as well, and then getting those all deployed. Just like with V2, it does take time, and sometimes we can't give you the exact launch date, but 2022, we want all of these technologies to be either 1, installation beginning, or 2, installation complete. So we're really excited about that. And then Ryan, from your side, what's your 2022 looking like?
Okay, so 2022, we have obviously the exchange. So we're already hightailing that. That's going to be exciting. We're working on encryption as well. So the encryption piece is really going to tie in a lot of our different products. So we're working with an amazing encryption team that will allow us to have kind of like a single sign-on in a sense for our different products. And then what we're going to be doing also in 2022 is obviously Safemoon Connect, which is going to be huge. We're going to be unveiling that. And through Safemoon Connect, that encryption piece is also going to be there. So when we start tying in this ecosystem, we're going to have that the SafeMoon encryption. Also, with 2022, we're working on basically SafeMoon rewards. So there's going to be a SafeMoon rewards smart contract that we've already built that we're going to be implementing with all of our different products. So that way, as people share the different products that they're working, or the different products that they're using with their friends or family, they'll be able to share in SafeMoon rewards as they purchase things from our ecosystem, as they purchase, say, for example, NFTs or things of that sort. They're going to start being able to get SafeMoon rewards out of that. And I think I just kind of hinted to NFTs there. We're also going to be implementing something really exciting to do with NFTs. And we've already have a great partner lined up, ready to rock and roll. But I don't want to get too much into that, but it's looking really good. And you guys are going to be really excited about what we're going to be doing for that as well. And that will probably also, a piece of that, at least I should say, will also be working with Safemoon Connect. So really excited.
And then kind of like one of the other final points was, V2 was very important for our continued evolution. This upgrade was extremely important because it allows us to work with some of our e-commerce partners that we have lined up.
Yeah.
So with a more comprehensive smart contract, it allows us to use it in more comprehensive ways, and especially in the e-commerce space. Cat's put out a little bit of a factoid regarding how big the e-commerce market is, and the fact that they are starting to transition to, taking crypto and soon to be taking SafeMoon as a way to get products, whether it be, I want to get an iPad with SafeMoon, I want to get a computer with SafeMoon, I want to get a gaming PC with Safemoon. It's actually a lot of PC stuff, a lot of tech stuff, but there's other items too. So we have a lot of that stuff rolling out in 2022 as well, as we implement the infrastructure that we need. And V2 was one of the critical components needed for us to start integrating and executing on the e-commerce side of things.
Exactly. Yeah, this was like the dependency, the major dependency. And it was a dependency even for our swaps, like for, you know, I don't know how many people understand how kind of swaps work, but there's also, when we bring on swap partners, they have smart contracts that also benefit Safemoon in a different way as well sometimes. So, you know, the ability for us to be able to say, hey, this exchange or this partner might have a 3% or a 4%, that just helps us maintain, or not just maintain, but also get new partnerships for our ecosystem. So now that our smart contract more flexible, now that we're going to be migrating over to something that's a go forward plan, it can always be the go forward plan. We can start now building onto our ecosystem, onto Safemoon Connect, onto our wallet, bringing
into the macro IoT. Yeah,
yes.
into the macro IoT infrastructure. So as these pieces are rolled out, they start getting tied in, and you're seeing a more complete picture of what